What's up, y'all? I heard the Lord say, seed offering. I heard the Lord say, Didymus, Thomas Didymus. He was like, I need to see that that's Jesus. I need to see. I'm not going to believe until I see the nails in his hand and the, scar, his wound up on his, yay. And when Jesus popped up on him just like that, he sure will. He'll come out the woodworks on you very much so, and you gonna recognize him. Like, oh, he heard me. He sure did. Listen, it says, Paul, a servant of Christ Jesus, called to be an apostle, set apart for the gospel of God. I remember when God told me to leave Texas and go to Marietta, Georgia. I went to Marietta, Georgia, but I was like, Lord, I ain't even know what you want. Like, it's like I ain't know nobody in Marietta, Georgia. Why I'm going to Marietta, Georgia, Lord? He like, about 2 weeks, I want you to go to Marietta, Georgia. So I'm like, okay. I went to Marietta, Georgia, right? As I go to Marietta, Georgia, I had to also leave this job that I have that I actually really did love. I actually did. I loved it, that job, and it was just so much so. It was nice, and so I was like, which way should I do? Should I really do this? Am I really hearing the Lord? Right? Am I really hearing the Lord? And so it wasn't until the act of obedience, I wrote it down in my notebook. I wrote it down in my notebook, and I was like, I'm going to just trust the Lord. So I chose to move forward and leave Texas, and I love Texas. Texas, yeah, it's like, it reminded me of the portion of myself. You know how Sandy was on SpongeBob back in the day? It was like, I want to go home. I miss my home in Texas. That's how I feel about it. I was out there in Dallas, Texas. Everybody wondering, where you from? Where were you going? Where you was hanging out at? I was in Dallas. I loved every bit of it. It was amazing. I met some amazing people there too. And just all the vibes, the vibes. It was just giving vibes. Hold on, I don't like them bug vibes. No. I sure don't. But long story short though, when I went to Marietta, Georgia, it was when I found out that God was going to use me as a fivefold ministry, right? But I didn't know he had apostleship for me. I never knew that until I got there. And when I got there, he gave me a dream before I left. And it wasn't until like I was close on the journey and I stayed out there for a few days. And he was like, one day he gave me a dream to go to the beach. And if y'all seen my outro, if y'all seen my outro of me on the beach, that was a while ago, but that's when he introduced to me that I was going to be an apostle. And I was like, Lord, it's the act of obedience. It wasn't until I got to the exact spot of where God had told me to go and where he had sent me to, where he had sent me to be, is when I figured out, like, I seen this place before, but it was like right at the right moment. You know how somebody be like, oh, I got deja vu or whatever the case is. The Lord literally is opening up to you his eyes, his sight. I seen that Stephanie Ike showed me on a video, but I watched her video basically, and I seen that. Okay, it's a bug that tried to touch me, and y'all, I don't like bugs. Y'all know I'm be stuttering and everything. I'm trying to still get the video flow, But look, on one of Stephanie Ike videos or whatnot, she has said certain things in regards to how God, when you have deja vu, God is literally opening up his sight, your sight, to see where you are in his like Gregorian calendar. She didn't say that per se, but I'm paraphrasing it for how I understand it, okay? And so from the simple standpoint of realizing, it's just like when you are a seer, you get to see the gift that Jesus have become alive in what he shows you, right? And so it's like having faith is the confidence of things hoped for, but the evidence of things unseen, but yet you in the evidence of the things seen, okay? But at the right moment. And so you start to discern, like, I've been here before, like I feel, and so when you a prophet and you living through obedience, you're able to actually perceive where God has wanting you to go, and you do it quicker. He shows you a lot sooner. And so it wasn't until I got to this one specific standpoint of this beach, and I had never been there before, and I was like, Lord, as soon as I got at the right spot, I never even knew if my kids was gonna be with me. I didn't see all that. All I know is when I got there, I knew I was right where I was supposed to be. God is saying,